research question is, what implications can the internet have on our future? When we think about the internet, many things come to our mind. Many times, video games and social media are two of those things. These modern-day tools change our everyday lives for the better and will continue to change the way of life in the future for gamers, people with mental issues, and especially internet users. Social Media and the Movement of Ideas by Edward Kessler supports this claim by showing the changes in social media, especially over the past 10 years. Also, Jane McGonigal improves it even more in Gaming Can Make a Better World by talking about how gaming changes our future to help us be more prepared. To the internet, we are all a bunch of zeros and ones, just data. What really sets the internet apart is us. We are the reason for opinions and character to the internet. And in making opinions, we help make a sense of community in video games and social media. Expanding on this topic, Jane McGonigal, in her TED Talk, says that many of us become the best version of ourselves, the most likely to help at a moment's notice, the most likely to stick with a problem as long as it takes, to get up after failure and try again. This fact alone builds people's self-esteem and helps them to commit to a project or task and finish it. Another quote, social media enables ordinary people to tell their story to others in their country, among the world, by Edward Kessler, tells how social media connects us all. This being a part of the reason these quotes are grouped together. Both video games and social media harbor a strong sense of community, which brings me to my next topic, change. To fully understand how much the internet has impacted our lives, we need to go back to 2010, nearly 10 years ago. This was the year that media really started existing. Email was the only thing online that involved communication, and even with just that, it set off a worldwide phenomenon where 107 trillion emails were sent in that year alone. Soon, in 2004, 5, and 6, others like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter followed respectively, contributing to the 3.48 billion social media users that we have today. Mental health also plays a big factor in today's society, and is also something that can be helped with the internet. Anastasia White, a gamer who has dealt with anxiety, explains that the games that we play help us connect with one another and build meaningful personal connections. These shared moments bring gamers together and build a sense of community around video gaming. In this, White demonstrates that video games give us lifelong skills and even possibly friends in times of need for people. She is showing that video games help us break down these barriers that seclude people to themselves. Issues and controversies. A database shows the impact the social media can have on mental health and how it can help by stating social media provides a novel forum for individuals to express themselves and spread ideas. They are showing that by expressing themselves, people with mental illnesses can get more information or just even express themselves for people like them to come and help them through it. With that said, some possible solutions for the implications that the internet has on our future include playing more video games and for every person to have social media. The downfall of the latter is that there is, nor will ever be, a definite way for every person to have social media. Parents can restrict it, or in third world countries, people may not have service, much less cell phones. However, it remains one of my solutions because it would help improve connectedness and mental health for all people. My best solution is for people to start playing more video games than they already do. McGonigal believes that to see a change in how we fix world issues, collectively we need to play more than 21 billion hours of video games per week. It teaches people problem-solving techniques and will help us tremendously in the future.
Okay, a couple questions for you. First one is, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the research process, and did your research go in a different direction than planned?
Starting off with the sources that I did, McGonigal and Kessler, I actually focused more on Kessler, and my question, instead of having internet, had social media. But then I found that there wasn't a lot and enough evidence that I could conduct and display in my research question, so I had to broaden it to internet, which also helped me give more evidence for the video gaming side of it too.
Okay, and then your second question is, what additional questions emerged from your research, and why are these questions important?
When I first started off my research, I didn't really dive too much into the mental health aspect of it, but the more that I found more evidence for it, I discovered that it's a really big topic right now, and one of the questions that I had was how people with mental health are actually affected, because I didn't see any studies or anything by people with mental health, like a big variety of groups, to see how they're actually affected and what they think about it.
Affected by internet usage?
And, yeah, internet usage.
Okay.